Okay, the next position we're going to look at is once we've managed to take the back of our opponent, just coming away from the conventional idea of seatbelt grip, turn, hooks in, 4 points, celebrate points, rather than actually creating some significant damage and control and anxiety into my opponent. This works probably much more prevalent within a mixed martial arts competition due to the base of control and hitting, but there's a prelude to many submissions and other bad positions for Mark here today. So once I've managed to get behind my training partner, there's an abundance of things that he can do. So the whole idea that sometimes when I'm going to go for the seatbelt grip, Mark may start bringing his posture really high in height, and the fact that I've got this, again, all Mark has to do is drop to his knees and circle to his right, and he has a single leg again, and it's all potentially out the back door. And again, the no-gi format, 2 slidey rash guards or skin on skin where it's quite sweaty, you lose that element of control personally from when you've got a seatbelt grip, unless you can put a body triangle in, and it's absolutely, that's curtains in itself. So once I've managed to do this, the body lock, again, don't squeeze too tight. It's just all about the ability to weight distribute. So if Mark tries to do some kind of sit out just to break the grip, so just do your basic sit out and go away, I still have the ability to stay behind, either riding with this knee or looking to hit wrist traps, but Mark's going to go back to his knees again. Okay, but it's just the whole idea. Just move around again, Mark, just any direction that you want. I can stay behind him anytime I want. And the great thing about it is that I can work around this semicircle. As long as I stay not silly and put my knee down and put myself in a chance of being leg locked. I stay what's called on the corner. So you can ride here with the hip, or you can keep both knees down. But what I'm replacing this knee on the floor with is this weight through Mark's shoulder, almost as if I have side control with the shoulder in the face. But what we're going to look at here, breaking him down, as opposed to being quite conventional and doing it from here, we're going to look at when Mark tries to start returning to his feet. So this is, again, an anxious position for the grappler, because I may well have just took him down, or I don't know what to do here. So the biggest common mistake when you see people try and do a mat return is that they bring the shoulder over and they start to lean, and all Mark has to do is do a limp arm and pull his arm out, and then I end up falling, and he's in a really good position to attack me. So the accuracy is where it says progress on the back of the rash guard. I'm going to put my shoulder right where his shoulder blade is. Again, not off. So Mark starts to come up again. Now to get that more accurate, my arms come a little bit lower, not high in his armpits, here. So then, as I start to walk to my left, it brings Mark to his side with this little elbow pull. So as Mark tries to get to his knees or his elbow, I reach. Now instead of driving forward together, I reach and turn this wrist in as I drive and put my weight into Mark's shoulder. Okay? So this is the first entrapment. So can I get what's called a barred arm on my opponent? So again, body lock, Mark goes to stand up. I drop my weight, see, all through my left side. As I start to walk, I pull with my right elbow. There. Straight away, grab this inside wrist, drag and drive forward. Now the problem we have here, if we just turn a bit like that, is that the most powerful element of Mark is his hips. So the first thing I have to control to cook him is to keep my weight not on this side, but over his shoulder. So try and move from there, Mark. That's going to be a little bit difficult. But what I have to do is to trap that lower leg, because I'm banking on stepping over this. So I bring this and drag it back, keeping hold of this hand. Try and go to your knees, Mark. So then I bring my jiu-jitsu skill set in. I step and go S-mount over his quad. I then cross my triangle and then apply a lockdown with the shoulder in the back of Mark's shoulder. Move, Marco. Brilliant. Being able to control. So now there's an abundance of submissions that I can do on this arm or this arm. The first one I'm going to try and apply, try and hustle there for me, Mark. I'm going to back step off and pull this out and hammer lock. So basic old-fashioned catch wrestling maneuver, whereby we're dealing with a man who doesn't want to get pinned, but I'm trying to force a belly down scenario to apply that and maybe make him turn him over. But for modern day jiu-jitsu, it doesn't matter, so you just can get the arm lock. So I go body lock, Mark postures up, so really, really strong, Mark. Just to show that even if we just stay patient, catch, drag, lean. Again, don't just try and step over, because Mark will bring his knee up. So bring this knee right over. You can't get it. So if we just turn a second, as you can see there, he'll bring his knee to his elbow. So if I come in and drag, move from there, Mark. Go, brother. So whilst I keep the weight through Mark's shoulder, I transfer and put my elbow right near the top of his knee to drag this back, putting my hand on his belly, try and bring your leg across, Mark. So left knee under his leg, step. Now I'm going to put my right foot behind my left knee as a triangle there. So that now my three bases of support on Mark's shoulder with my shoulder behind it and my two knees. This left foot locks it down. Now I can drive my hips through and float. Try and move, Mark. So I'm not even on the floor. My knees are floating. If they need be, they go down. Again, mixed martial arts perspective. You can absolutely pulverize him. Or again, submission grappling. I can come out. Or as you can see, I could travel up and start working for head and arm chokes, taking the back or mounting.